Chapter 3. Frostspire City. We reached Frostspire City on the third day. The guards noticed us before we reached the gate. More than 40 knights marching beneath the crimson moon banner of House Vaelmont. The banner still carried weight, even this far north. A gate official hurried out, stiff-backed and pale with cold, and guided us through the outer defences. Frostspire was not beautiful. Its roads were wide but broken, packed with snow, mud and wagon ruts. Buildings of black stone and old timber leaned against each other like tired soldiers. Some roofs had collapsed under past winters and never been repaired. Soldiers moved through the streets with hollow eyes. Common folk watched from doorways, wrapped in patched furs, their faces grey from hunger and war. But the city still stood. After everything the North had endured, that alone deserved respect. Duke Edric Thornwald received me in an office that looked more like a command post than a noble's chamber. No silk, no gold leaf, just a scarred desk, shelves full of maps, a military banner, and a man with a deep scar cutting down one side of his face. His presence filled the room like a fortress wall. He looked me over and did not bother hiding his disappointment. "Middle stage official knight," he said. "House Vaelmont has sent me its charity. Your brother Cedric would have been more useful." The insult was true enough that I did not waste anger on it. "My documents, Your Grace." I placed the imperial papers on his desk. "I have come to select my territory." Edric's scarred mouth twitched, perhaps with approval, perhaps with boredom. He unrolled a map of the northern marches. The region was enormous, a savage spread of tundra, mountains, rivers, forests, ruined forts, and unclaimed land. Several areas were marked in red as forbidden or already assigned. Everything else was available. Because I had arrived early, I had first choice. The other young lords had delayed their journeys, drinking in southern inns or crawling north as slowly as possible. Their fear had become my advantage. I studied the map as if choosing carefully, though the system had already shown me the answer. My finger came down where Green Rock Ravine met the Grey Moss Tundra, 75 kilometers inland from Frostal Fjord. Edric's expression sharpened. "That area?" "Yes." He leaned closer. "Do you know why it is valuable?" "Slightly warmer ground, a stream, nearby forest, possible cold iron in the northwest hills, and enough open land for settlement. It is dangerous, but every northern territory is dangerous." For the first time, he looked at me as though I might be more than a family embarrassment. "If every frontier lord had that eye, the North might survive," he said. He stamped my papers with the Frostspire seal. Just like that, the land became mine. I named it Emberfall March. The name came partly from the crimson moon of House Vaelmont, and partly from the secret the system had revealed. The land was not simply warmer than its neighbours. Beneath its frozen skin were geothermal vents and hot springs, enough to thaw soil, heat homes, and create a settlement that could survive winters other territories feared. The rivers would carry fish migrations in spring and autumn. The hills held cold iron. Deeper still, hidden where no surveyor had looked, lay veins of ember marrow, a volatile mineral like sulfur from my old world, and a key ingredient in explosive alchemy. If Duke Edric knew the land's full value, he would never have let me claim it. Since he did not, I smiled politely and accepted the seal. Before leaving, I made my second move. My knights brought in 2 water-filled chests. I opened the first. 3 live frostglass cod glimmered beneath the surface, their scales catching the firelight. Edric's eyes widened. Even the governor of the north could rarely obtain such fish. Rumour said his daughter stood at the edge of becoming an elite knight. These could push her over. "A gift," I said, "for your household." Then I opened the second chest. 3 more frost glass cod. "These are for trade." Edric stared at me, then laughed. A deep sound like stones shifting. "You are sly, Lord Vaelmont. What do you want?" "People. Soldiers, craftsmen, and knights. I have land, but not enough hands to hold it." We haggled for an hour. He refused to spare veterans, but he agreed to send 120 recruits, 30 craftsmen, 10 apprentice knights, and 3 full knights. Their loyalty remained formally tied to Frostspire, but they would obey my orders in the field. It was better than I had hoped. As I left, Edric gave me one final piece of practical advice. "Visit the Eastern Market. Buy workers before the other young lords waste their money on wine and silk. I will send an official so the merchants do not cheat you too badly." I thanked him. The slave market had already been part of my plan. Wolf and Silas were waiting.